Thank you, Conrad, for that.
Ooh.
What a toss.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
the new year begins tomorrow.
I know.
So this is the last day
Exciting.
of 2024, and people are probably looking to make some resolutions. And here to walk us through some positive goals is Nurse Christina Pears. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Good seeing you.
It's always a pleasure. Last time, we're going to be seeing you in 2024.
I know. That, Yep, your great joke. We all
It keeps coming.
Just,
It's going to keep
Bring
going.
it on.
Well, these resolutions that you have for us today, they are wide-ranging.
Right.
And what's the history sort of behind New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, so it actually dates back like more than 4,000 years ago.
Oh, wow.
The Babylonians had a 12-day religious festival called Akitu. And during that time, they would pledge their loyalty to their king and make promises to the gods and then pay back any debts or give back any objects that they borrowed.
Okay, very nice. Do you have any resolutions yourself for the upcoming year?
So, no, I guess my big one would be probably to cut back on impulse buying.
Okay, all right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Save some money.
Yeah.
Especially during the holidays, it's bad because you see all these deals around.
Absolutely.
Can't help myself.
Yeah. So speaking of how to set those up, though,
Exactly.
you know, then there were other people like the medieval. The knights had a time called a peacock vow that they would vow and pledge. But in the psychology magazines that are journal articles that I was reading all said to make, you have to make like SMART goals. So you want to make targeted goals. You can't just say, I'm going to improve, you know, I'm going to eat better this year. You need to make it more specific. So a SMART goal is a framework. It stands for being specific, measurable. It has to be achievable. So you can't just make something, you know, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Anything's
I
possible,
mean, maybe
though,
you are,
you know?
if you can achieve that. It has to be relevant, and you should put a time on it. So say something like, instead of just, I'm going to eat better in the new year, you could say something like, I'm going to eat one healthy meal a week for 3 weeks, and then eat 3 healthy meals a week for, you know, by August.
Yeah,
or something.
really
So
making
you
a
wanna-
plan.
Right.
Specify.
You want to be more specific and more attainable in your goals.
I like it.
Absolutely. So I see you have around 50 different New
We
Year's
do.
resolutions.
Yes.
Let's talk about
We
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
Conrad, you can take a quick
in.
peruse through. So there's a few options here that you certainly sent our way. 50 attainable ones, I would say.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
some of these, you know, I know we wrote a couple of them up and threw them up there for folks at home. So the first one was walk and talk with your partner. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, what a great idea. I didn't come up with these, but just taking time out. I know we get so busy and we can get so wrapped up in everything that's going on that we don't take time out to just put our phones down and get out and walk and just chat. You know, what a great way to catch up with either a friend or a partner or a spouse or even your children, you know. Just get out and walk around the block.
There is a big difference, you know, just sitting down at a table talking to someone or walking around, getting some fresh air, enjoying that sunshine. There is a big difference in that, so I highly recommend it. Any other ones you top of your list?
Actually,
Yes.
Michael put the list. He chose his favorite.
Well, I threw a couple of them together, but I know my favorite one I think was on the third full screen, but it was the nature walk one, like spending a day a week to go into nature and to sort of connect yourself that way, kind of putting the phone down, like you say. And I'm really bad at bringing my phone with me because I know I could share a bit of these things that I do on the news. You know, we do have a show for this, but I just, you know, I'm usually, my phone's in my pocket and it's out of sight, out of mind. You know, you're going out and doing these things. Like yesterday I was, you know, ice skating with some friends and it just didn't come out, mainly because it was the first time in 10 years and I didn't want to break my phone.
Okay.
But, you know, it's, you know, you just kind of get wrapped up in the moment, you know, doing these things, which is nice.
But you did it. You know, you took that time to get out with friends. It's so easy for us to think of all the other things we have to do. You know, I've got to clean the house, or I really and just, I had a long day at work. I don't feel like doing something, but getting out. How about you?
So I actually went on a bike ride yesterday on a nice little walk. I went up to Minocqua. I was like, I know it's the last day in the next several weeks or maybe.
A bicycle?
Yes, a bicycle ride.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty cool. It was a nice little breeze. We were in the 40s, so that was nice and fun. I felt great. I just felt so energized coming back, hit the gym after.
How were the trails?
It wasn't bad at all. There was just a little bit of snow and ice on it, but there were lots of parts where there was just nothing there, you see gravel, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, it's certainly a good time of year for that.
Others.
And there's also a nice one in there. I noticed it was a do-it-yourself project. Finally get one of the DIY projects, achieved for the year. I know we all have a laundry list of things that we, have meant to do, and we just haven't quite got there yet. Yes. And, just picking one of them, it seems like a reasonable thing, and just spending the year breaking it down by steps, piecemealing it. It seems like a possible goal. I know I wanted to, one of my projects I've been meaning to do for the last 2-3 years has been making a shot ski for a friend of mine from an old roommate, and making a U of M Gophers. And I've had them in my closet, the skis, and I haven't glued the shot glasses on and painted. So maybe this is the year I get that done.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe.
I would say for me, just get a little bit more sleep with the sleep schedules, the different work schedules I have working here. It's very tough to get any type of sleep before the show, but I would say one of my resolutions is just to get more quality sleep. Focus on that, because I do also have a couple businesses, so I'm very busy, so I would say just quality sleep.
That is a good one. Let me rattle through just a few of these.
Okay, there you go.
Prioritize bi-monthly calls with confidence. So people who you haven't talked to in a while, give them a call.
Like that.
Designate weekly device-free family time. So once a week, you put down the phones. Learn your love language. There's a book on the 5 love languages. It can kind of really help your family or, improve relationships. Host friends weekly or monthly. So maybe have a dinner at your house once a month. Write old-fashioned love letters. I know Michael and I were talking about that. My husband actually did the other day. I got in.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he had a little note on my desk when I started the next day. Embark on monthly couples adventures. I know there's all kinds of books and places that you can get ideas for that. Strengthen your network. So just get out and meet new people. Let's see. Negotiate healthier work conditions. So maybe if you're in a bad place and you need to get something more healthy, update your resume. What a great, what a great New Year's resolution. It's something we should sit down and do. Seek out a mentor, mindful money moments, resourceful growth in investing. So maybe do some stuff with your money or get more financially stable. There's lots of those here on financial mission reviews, financial paths, so learning. So maybe, get some books, look online, and you can change your 401k up, things like that. So those are all good.
Or a new hobby, right?
Right?
A new hobby,
Hobbies are great. Commit to weekly challenges. Cultivate public speaking skills.
Oh, wow.
I think that's a problem.
You probably got enough of that. But thanks so much for sharing a little bit about what we can be doing to make these goals. And certainly, there's 4,000 years of history here, so there must be something to it.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Well, thanks again for taking the time, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Next year. See you next year.
They never get old. Well, coming up, we have What's Trending, including a group